The outdoor industry makes $14 billion a year selling you winter survival gear. 14 billion, and most of it is designed to fail. Not immediately, not obviously, just slowly enough that you blame yourself instead of the product. Just quietly enough that you buy the upgraded version next season. That $800 jacket, marketing. Those $200 boots, marketing. Those hand warmers you stockpile every winter? Trash wrapped in clever packaging. I know because I believed it all. I bought the expensive gear. I followed the expert advice. I trusted the outdoor industry to keep me alive. Then I spent a night in the backcountry when everything failed at once. Jacket soaked through, boots frozen solid. Hand warmers dead within an hour. Every piece of expensive gear I owned became useless when the temperature dropped and the wind picked up. I survived barely, not because of what I bought. Because of what I learned, the stuff that actually works in winter. It's not what they're selling you. It's old technology, cheap technology. Technology that doesn't generate 14 billion in annual revenue. 9 winter survival items, all of them lies. All of them costing people fingers, toes, and lives every single year. Here's what they told you. Here's the truth. Here's what actually works. Let's get into it. Number 1, the lie about cotton. You've heard cotton kills. Every outdoor expert says it. Every survival guide repeats it, and they're right. Cotton absorbs water, loses all insulation when wet, and pulls heat from your body. People die in cotton, but here's the lie they tell next. Buy our proprietary synthetic fabric, only $200 for a base layer. The outdoor industry turned a legitimate warning into a sales pitch. They made you think the only alternative to cotton is expensive synthetics with trademark names. The truth, wool has been keeping humans alive in winter for 10,000 years. It insulates when wet. It regulates temperature. It resists odor. It's naturally flame resistant. And here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. Thrift store wool sweaters outperform $200 synthetic base layers. Military surplus wool is cheap and indestructible. Your grandmother's wool blankets are better than most modern sleeping bags. Merino wool is marketed as premium. It's nice. It's not necessary. Regular wool works almost as well for a fraction of the price. The outdoor industry can't patent wool. They can't trademark it. They can't mark it up 800%. So they pretend it doesn't exist while pushing proprietary synthetic fabrics. Cotton kills. That part is true. The lie is that expensive synthetics are your only option. Wool, cheap, proven, 10,000 years of keeping humans alive. Number 2, the lie about hand warmers. Every winter survival kit includes them. Those little packets you shake and stuff in your gloves. Cheap insurance against cold hands, except they're garbage. Chemical hand warmers have 3 fatal flaws nobody mentions. First, they require oxygen. Inside gloves, inside pockets, anywhere enclosed, they suffocate and stop producing heat. The tighter you seal them against your body, the faster they die. Second, they're single-use, 1 packet, a few hours of heat, then garbage. Your emergency supply is a countdown timer you can't reset. Third, they fail in extreme cold. Below zero, the chemical reaction slows dramatically. Exactly when you need them most, they produce the least heat. The outdoor industry sells billions of these annually. They're perfect products, consumable, repeat purchases guaranteed. You'll buy them forever. Here's what actually works: reusable gel warmers. Boil to reset, activate by clicking. Unlimited uses, works in any temperature. Better yet, flame-based solutions. Zippo hand warmers run on lighter fluid, refillable, last 12 hours per fill, work in any condition. Best of all, proper insulation. If your gloves need chemical help to keep your hands warm, you have the wrong gloves. Layered mittens with wool liners beat any hand warmer. Chemical hand warmers are profitable. That's why they're everywhere. Profitable doesn't mean effective. Number 3, the lie about sleeping bags. You need a -40-degree bag for winter camping. At least that's what they tell you. $500 minimum. $800 for a good one, more if you want ultralight. This is the most expensive lie in winter survival. Temperature ratings on sleeping bags are tested on thermal mannequins in controlled conditions. No wind, no ground contact, perfect setup. Ideal circumstances that never exist in real emergencies. That -40 bag, it keeps a motionless mannequin alive at -40. You're not a mannequin. You move, you sweat, you set up imperfectly. In real conditions, most bags fail 20 to 30 degrees above their rating. Here's what actually works. Layering to cheap bags nested together outperform one expensive bag. A 30-degree bag inside a 20-degree bag creates a combination warmer than either alone. Wool blankets added inside any sleeping bag increase warmth dramatically. $3 thrift store blankets upgrade any system. Vapor barrier liners prevent moisture from degrading insulation. Your body produces vapor all night. Vapor condenses in insulation. Wet insulation fails. A simple barrier stops the cycle. Ground insulation matters more than bag rating. Cold ground steals more heat than cold air. Foam pads, multiple layers, anything between you and Earth. One expensive bag is one point of failure. Layered systems adapt, adjust, and survive. Number 4, the lie about winter boots, $300. That's what they want for winter boots. Insulated, waterproof, rated to -40. Premium protection, they fail constantly. Here's why. Your feet sweat all day, even in cold weather. That moisture has nowhere to go inside a waterproof boot. It soaks into the insulation. By evening, your expensive boots are wet from the inside. Wet insulation doesn't insulate. Your $300 boots now perform like $50 boots. But you're still trusting them for $300 conditions. The outdoor industry knows this. They don't care. Waterproof sounds better on packaging. Here's what actually works: vapor barrier system. Put a plastic bag over your sock before inserting foot into boot. Bread bags work, grocery bags work. Sounds ridiculous, works perfectly. The bag traps moisture against your sock. Your boot insulation stays dry. Dry insulation keeps insulating. Your feet stay warm all day. This is what serious mountaineers use. This is what Arctic researchers use. This is what people who actually survive extreme cold use. Not $300 boots, cheap boots with bread bags. Change your socks when they get damp. Carry spares, rotate throughout the day. Your feet need dry insulation, not expensive branding. Bread bags cost nothing, frostbite costs toes. Number 5, the lie about fire first. Every survival show says the same thing. Get fire going immediately. Fire is life. Fire first. In winter, this advice kills people. Here's what they don't show on TV. Wind chill, real wind chill. A 15-mile-per-hour wind at 20 degrees Fahrenheit creates a wind chill of 6 degrees. At 0 degrees, that same wind creates a wind chill of -19. You can build the biggest fire in the world. If you're exposed to wind, you'll freeze beside it. Heat blows away faster than flames produce it. Your front is warm, your back is dying. Fire isn't first, shelter is first. Wind protection comes before flame. A wall of snow, a fallen tree, a rock formation, anything that blocks wind is more valuable than any fire in exposed conditions. Once you have wind shelter, then fire matters. Your body heat reflects off the shelter wall. Fire heat reflects off the shelter wall. You're in a warm pocket instead of fighting convection. You can't win. The survival show host builds a fire in calm conditions with camera crews nearby. They edit out the wind. They don't show the hypothermia setting in. Real winter survival: find shelter from wind, block convection, then build fire. Wrong order kills people. Right order saves them. Number 6, the lie about snow caves. Every winter survival guide shows snow caves. Dig into snow bank, create shelter, stay warm. Simple, easy, life-saving, except it's not simple. It's not easy, and it kills people who try it wrong. Snow caves require specific conditions. Snow must be deep enough, at least 5 feet, must be compacted enough to hold structure. Fresh powder collapses, must be safe from avalanche. Must be away from areas where more snow could bury entrance. Digging requires energy, massive amounts of energy. In cold conditions, you're burning calories you can't replace. Sweating into clothes that will freeze when you stop. Exhausting yourself for shelter that might collapse. Done wrong, you dig yourself into a grave, literally. Cave collapses, buries you, nobody finds you until spring. The survival shows make it look easy. 20 minutes of digging, cozy shelter, credits roll. Reality takes hours, reality soaks your clothes. Reality leaves you exhausted in a structure that might kill you. Here's what actually works: simpler shelter. Trench covered with branches and snow, faster, safer, less energy. Debris hut with insulating layers, uses materials available everywhere. Emergency bivy carried in your pack, weighs ounces, deploys in seconds. Snow caves work for experts in perfect conditions. For everyone else, they're death traps marketed as survival skills. Simpler is safer. Number 7. The lie about alcohol. Old wisdom says alcohol warms you up. Brandy for cold nights, whiskey to take the edge off. Drink to warm your core. This lie has killed more people than almost any other winter myth. Alcohol does create a warming sensation. That part is real. You drink, you feel warmer. Here's what's actually happening. Alcohol dilates blood vessels in your skin. Blood rushes to your surface, your skin warms up. Your nerve endings sense warmth, your brain thinks you're getting warmer. But that blood at your surface is radiating heat into the cold air. Your core temperature is dropping while you feel warm. You're literally bleeding heat through your skin while your brain tells you everything is fine. This is how people freeze to death with smiles on their faces. Alcohol convinced their brain they were warm while their body shut down. It gets worse. Alcohol impairs judgment. People make fatal decisions because they feel fine when they're dying. They stop shivering, one of your body's best defenses. They stop seeking shelter. They stop recognizing danger. Here's what actually works: hot liquids without alcohol. Hot water, hot tea, hot broth. Heat your core from inside without dilating blood vessels. Warm your organs without radiating heat outward. Save alcohol for after you're safe. Inside, heated shelter, crisis over. Never during exposure, never. Number 8. The lie about rubbing frostbite. Your fingers are numb, skin is pale, hard, waxy. Frostbite is setting in. Old advice says rub them. Friction creates heat. Get blood flowing. Massage the affected area. This advice causes permanent damage. Frostbite means ice crystals have formed in your tissue. Actual ice inside your flesh. Those crystals have sharp edges. When you rub frostbitten skin, you're grinding ice crystals through tissue. Shredding cells, creating damage that wouldn't exist if you left it alone. Turning minor frostbite into severe frostbite. People have rubbed their way into amputations. Never rub frostbite, never. Here's what actually works. Gentle rewarming only when you won't refreeze. This part is critical. Refreezing after rewarming causes worse damage than leaving it frozen. If you can't guarantee staying warm, leave it frozen. When you can safely rewarm, use body heat. Frostbitten fingers go in armpits. Frostbitten toes against someone's stomach. Gentle warmth, no friction. Water rewarming works if you have it. Water between 99 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit, not hot, warm. Hot water damages tissue like rubbing does. No direct heat, no fire. No hot packs directly on tissue, gradual warmth only. Frostbite recovery takes time. Rushing causes damage, rubbing feels like action. Rubbing is destruction, patience is treatment. Number 9. The lie about body heat sharing. To people in a sleeping bag, body heat shared, both survive. You've seen it in every movie, every survival show. Emergency protocol for hypothermia. The concept is real, the execution shown is wrong. Here's how it's portrayed. To people climb into one bag fully clothed, they snuggle, they survive. Here's what actually works: skin-to-skin contact. Clothing insulates, that's its job. To clothed people in a bag are insulated from each other. Heat doesn't transfer through insulation, you're just sharing space, not warmth. Effective heat sharing requires maximum skin contact. That means minimal clothing, direct body contact. This is uncomfortable and awkward to discuss, which is why survival shows skip it. The hypothermic person should be stripped to base layers or less, the warming person same. Direct contact transfers actual heat, position matters. The warming person's core against the hypothermic person's core. Chest to chest, stomach to back, maximum surface area contact. Extremities wrapped around each other, warm legs warming cold legs. Warm arms around cold torso, and there's a risk. The warming person can become hypothermic themselves. Heat flows from hot to cold. You're donating your warmth, monitor yourself. Hollywood makes it look romantic. Reality is medical intervention. Do it right or don't bother. 9 lies. All of them sold to you by an industry that profits from your ignorance. Cotton is deadly, but wool is ignored because nobody can trademark it. Hand warmers fail when you need them because consumable products mean repeat sales. Sleeping bags are rated for mannequins, not humans. Expensive boots trap moisture they're supposed to block. Fire before shelter kills people on camera. Snow caves bury the unprepared. Alcohol warms your sensation while cooling your core. Rubbing frostbite shreds your tissue. Body heat sharing requires skin contact nobody wants to show. The outdoor industry doesn't care if you survive, they care if you buy. $14 billion a year in winter gear sales. How much of that is based on science? How much is marketing? How much is actively dangerous information repeated because it sounds good on packaging? The people who survive winter emergencies aren't the ones with the most expensive gear. They're the ones who understand how cold actually kills and what actually stops it. Wool, layering, wine shelter before fire, vapor barriers, patience with frostbite. Skin contact for heat sharing, old knowledge, cheap solutions. Proven by centuries of humans surviving winters without outdoor industry sponsors. They lied to sell you gear, now you know what actually works. Stay warm, stay skeptical, and remember, the best survival gear is knowledge they can't charge you for.